Hello, and welcome to the Disney Dunces. Using your touch-tone keypad, please enter the first 3 letters of the movie title you would like to see. You've selected Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made. If this is correct, please press 1 now.
Hello and welcome to Disney Dunces, the only Disney podcast presented by self-proclaimed non-experts. I'm Dunce number 1, but you can just call me Richard.
My name is Craig Stew, and I am Dunce number 2.
And I'm the third one. And boy, guys, this movie is exactly what it says on the tin this week, huh? Never have we had a more aptly named movie with a more aptly named character with a whole aptly named detective agency.
What do you mean it says it right on the tin?
It says it right on the tin.
Or do you mean the tinny?
No, that was gross.
Fuck.
What's a tinny?
Because it's
I don't
Timmy
know.
Failure,
Yeah,
Tinny Failure.
It didn't really work.
Oh.
Now, if you said it's written right on the tin, I would have lost my mind.
Shit.
I would have just gotten the floor and just pledged fealty to you or whatever it takes, Mr. King of Comedy over here. But instead, you said the one thing that was wrong. So now instead, you just get a scolding.
Craig, which do you prefer?
I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm very confused.
Yeah, that's
Everything went over Craig's head.
just like every other episode.
This whole intro really went over my head.
That's fine, man. It's cool.
Okay, well, I guess we'll dive right into it, right?
I mean,
Timmy Failure. What was the subtitle?
mistakes were made, much like this film.
How did you forget? They said it like 20 times in the movie.
Yeah, and every time I shouted, "That's the name of the film!" Ah!
You know what, though? I'm
Yeah?
glad that... So, are we all in agreement that this movie was not good?
I don't know, Richard.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, this is the one movie where I just basically just wrote out plot points.
Yeah.
And by plot points, I mean
Not-
like 2 words about a scene.
Yeah.
And then I just went to the next scene.
That's fine, because there's nothing to talk about here.
This movie's not... It was not good.
It's not a good movie. It's bad all the way
found
through.
The main character was horrible.
Awful.
He's a terrible person.
He's
He's
really
not
selfish.
likable in at all.
I will say
Like-
he doesn't try to be, but yeah,
No.
he sucks.
He
Hey,
really does.
Hey,
suck.
Timmy, you suck.
Timmy sucks.
Timmy, you suck, and I hate your hair. Your hair sucks. It's like a mullet, but somehow worse. How'd you do that, Timmy? How'd you do that, Timmy? Damn, Timmy, get your
I
stuff
think that was
together.
his mom. You can blame
No,
his
I
mom
can't
for
blame
that.
the mom. The mom looked fine. She knew what she was doing. Timmy.
He's in 5th grade at this point. You know, he
Yeah.
should.
You gotta take responsibility for your own look at a point, Timmy, and I think he did. That's why he looks like that.
I let my mom cut my hair in 5th grade.
Yeah, and you had a bowl cut. Congrats.
No, he did not have a bowl cut.
My mom also cut my eyebrows too.
I thought you just weren't born with those, to be honest. with
No,
you.
that's my
I
mom.
thought she dropped you on your head or something.
She said I have my father's eyebrows, so she got rid of them.
That's so weird. What a strange thing. Oh.
I had a very strange childhood.
Yeah.
It shows.
She called them devil eyebrows too.
Yeah, you told me this before. I remember the devil eyebrows.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I never
right?
heard that story. See, I didn't know you cut your eyebrows.
Well, my mother did. I didn't know she was doing it until Casca kept making fun of me.
Wait, what?
Wait, how did you not know she was doing it?
How did you find out from me making fun
She
of
used
you?
to knock him out.
Yeah. That special
She
Jesus
tranquilized
juice.
him, and
Every Sunday before church, Richie would have a nice nap after his Jesus juice.
No, the thing is, like, she would cut them, and I never knew that I didn't have eyebrows. I just thought it was kind of like the thing. And then once she stopped cutting my hair, my eyebrows, like, suddenly came back.
I gotta look at some old pictures.
They're bad.
I gotta look at some
Go
old
find
pictures
them.
of
They're-
us, Rich, and I gotta take notice of this.
He doesn't have eyebrows.
If we have a sec, I can post it in Discord.
I mean, that doesn't really help anyone.
It doesn't-
I mean, the people who should be listening to this are
Yeah,
getting
they're not
nothing
gonna
out
know
of
it.
that. Let him do this on his own time. We have to talk about Timmy and all of his failures.
Okay, guys, we're going straight into this. We're talking about a historical record of Timmy's life as a detective, which has been rigorously fact-checked and is extremely confidential.
This seems false. None of this seems correct.
It's the way that the movie started.
I mean, I'll believe that's the way the movie started, but it seems incorrect.
Are you saying we have an unreliable narrator?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, that's kind of the point of the film. Which, is my least favorite trope. Oh, does it really? It just annoys the crap out of me every time. And this was just bad. It's like he's not like an interesting, unreliable narrator. He's not spinning a yarn worth hearing. He's just
What do you mean?
Hey, what do you mean? What I mean? It's all bad. They took this. It's all bad. It's all what you've already seen. You've seen this movie before. They've done this story 1,000 times, and they don't add to it. They do it's just not interesting.
What do you mean they've done the movie 1,000 times?
What? This whole idea of, hey, there's this kid and he's different and his differentness gets him in trouble, so his mom yells at him to be normal. So he's like normal for half of it. Sorry. There's a picture of young Richard and he has 0 eyebrows and a bowl cut, just like I remember.
It's not really a bowl cut, but yeah, I do remember.
What do you mean he's not a bowl cut? He looks straight up like Mo from the Three Stooges. What are you smoking? That's not a bowl cut.
I mean, it's not a real. No, bowl cuts are like.
It's not. I'm sorry. It's not like a perfect bowl. The bowl grows a little bit on the side by like a quarter of a fraction of an inch.
We're supposed to be talking about the eyebrows.
They're not there.
They're not there. There's nothing to talk about.
I can't believe your mother shaved her eyebrows.
You have like shadow where your face contorts where eyebrows should be.
Maybe they were just growing back.
Oh my god. I can't stop looking at him. It's awful.
I'll delete it from the chat. I'm deleting it. It's deleted.
Oh, no.
It just looks like current you.
But now I have eyebrows.
Oh man.
I think this is. You should send me
Hair's
that
still
picture,
the same.
and I'm gonna post it to the.
The
Instagram.
hair's not the same. Are you kidding me?
I'm definitely posting that picture to the Instagram, so our listeners will be able to understand this conversation.
Thanks.
Because even though you deleted it, I still have my copy of the yearbook.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Fine. Let's talk about Timmy Failure.
I mean, I was trying to, but you kind of threw the trolley in reverse.
Yeah, we were done.
We were well past it, but then nope, there it is.
Or there isn't. There's no eyebrows.
He doesn't have any.
We had to find something entertaining to talk about during this podcast.
Yeah, it's not going to be
right.
this movie.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
So Timmy Failure, he's like a little 6-year-old kid. He has his own detective agency in his mind. And he has a polar bear that's his partner, who is also in his mind. Yeah. He has a failure mobile, which is a Segway, which is also in his mind.
No,
That's real and it belongs to his mother.
Let me just say that the polar bear, it took me a little bit to realize that was just in his mind.
Me too.
Because I just thought, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I was pretty sure this was obviously based on some, a book or something like that, which I believe it is. And I figured, it's just he has a polar bear in the book, so then that's just why he has a polar bear. So I just kind of figured, okay, whatever, who cares? He just has a polar bear. It's just part of the silly story. But
yeah, I thought that this was like a silly kid just having adventures with his like pet polar bear. Like it was a world not grounded in reality. But it is.
Turns out it's a world grounded in reality.
And it's just an imaginary polar bear. That you realize once nobody references the polar bear ever throughout the movie.
Yeah, it probably was like halfway through I said, oh shit, no one can see the polar bear. I don't think, at least. I don't know. Like, I wasn't completely sure until... Well, I wasn't even completely sure about it until starting the podcast. But I had my doubts. What?
There's like 10 minutes into the movie, he's all like, here's my partner, the polar bear. And the kid's all like, just kind of deadpan stares at him like, what are you talking about? And then there's this other scene where he's at the school and there's a, hey, don't come closer to this gate for your own safety. And the kid's like, what are you talking about? That's not a normal reaction to, someone approaching a polar bear. How did you even think for a moment? Never mind.
Yeah, Craig, how could you even think that the polar bear was real?
No, Craig kind of said he figured it out while watching the movie. You were unsure until starting this show.
I think that the bully one was the most obvious one.
Where I didn't even know that there was a bully interaction.
Well, not the bully, but the kid, whatever. The kid who kind of, like, who walked up to the polar bear or whatever, walked up to him and he said, don't get close to the gate or whatever. I wouldn't say he's not a bully. He was just,
He's just the guy who wants his ball back.
He just wants his ball back, yeah.
Anyone who does a sport is a bully.
Well, let's go through the movie and let's get to that scene because I don't know when it even happens.
We're doing what now?
We're going to continue with talking about the movie because I don't even know when this bully scene happens. Yes, we have to. I haven't even finished setting up the background, which takes place in Portland.
It takes place in Portland. What more do you need?
A city full of corruption and Russians.
It's just
this is a political commentary.
It's not a political commentary. He
yes,
doesn't know
it
what
is,
Russians
dude.
Are, buddy. It's just hipsters. He thinks the hipsters are Russians. That's the joke.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
they're
he does.
actually Russian. No,
they're hipsters, buddy.
Have you watched this movie?
Yes, I did.
Guys with beards.
Unlike
they're not
you.
Russians.
Yeah, they're guys with, like, fancy beards and colored slicked back hair. They're hipsters, bud. That's the joke. They're in Portland, the land of hipsters.
No, dude, they have a food truck in Russian.
Oh, my God. They sell borscht because they're hipsters.
What's that?
It's a cold... No, I'm thinking of this. What is borscht? Borscht, I think, is also a cold soup, actually.
Russian.
Yeah, but again, it's not because they're Russians, because they're hipsters. Now, you can make the argument that maybe one guy is Russian, maybe, but the people that he's imagining in the food truck are the hipsters he sees around Portland.
Oh my God, dude. It's like you didn't even see the end of the movie.
Oh my God, dude. I did watch the movie. That's my problem. The problem was I saw this movie. The end of the movie is
where it all comes together with the Russians. Oh my God.
Stop talking. You know that's not what happened.
Nothing happened.
Stop talking.
It's all his bullshit.
Literally nothing happens in this movie. And I mean, that's supposed to be the charm. Oh, look at Jimmy and his imagination. I don't give a damn about Jimmy or his imagination. This movie sucked.
Because he's such a dick.
He's such a little dickhead. He's such a little prick shitter. God, his mom's trying to do her best to just give him a life, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna leave school now and do my detective. It's awful. This movie sucks.
The only saving grace, I think, is Craig Robinson as the principal. Is that Crispin?
Oh.
Yeah,
the principal.
And his teacher. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wallace Shaw?
Wallace Shaw, yeah.
Yo, guys, Wallace Shaw's really fucking old now.
He is.
Oh, damn.
Okay. So basically with the movie, we got what's-his-face being a little detective. Yeah, I'm trying to talk about the movie where the little detective boy is just going around town just trying to solve mysteries like he's Nancy Drew or something.
His dad walked out on them.
That was the funniest part of the film.
Wait, he did?
Yeah,
that happened immediately.
No, he was in the movie.
No, he was not.
I mean, he's a meter maid.
That was
Crispin. The boyfriend.
What is wrong with you?
Wait, the meter maid isn't his dad?
No, the meter maid isn't his dad.
It was the mom's boyfriend.
He didn't even watch the movie. I did watch the movie.
You
didn't. You clearly didn't watch the movie.
The dad walked out on them, and that's kind of what triggered the imaginary polar bear.
He didn't watch the movie. He's trying to tell us about the movie. He's trying to tell us why I'm wrong about the movie. He's not watched the movie.
Okay, you want me to tell you all about the movie, and this is going to prove that I watched the movie.
So far, you're doing a really bad job.
There's an Indian kid who lost his backpack, and little Timmy Failure, he's the only person who can find the backpack, but he needed to find the backpack because there was a survival knife, a pocket knife in there, and he needs the pocket knife to work on his survival skills in the wilderness to get his camping badge.
Not the only person who could find his backpack.
His mom probably could.
Yeah, his mom was probably going to do a really good job. Mom. Yeah.
Not Timmy.
Not Timmy's mom, the kid's own mom.
The kid's own mom could have walked into his brother's room, seen it
hanging on the door,
and then taken it out, and then just said, "Hey asshole, can you give your fucking brother back?"
Like I get you're a middle schooler and you think you're hot shit right now, but this is your brother's backpack and he needs it for survival. So if you can go ahead and stop, that'd be great. Instead, you got Timmy in there. Yeah. I'm gonna slap him. He didn't watch the movie. He didn't watch the movie. I'm gonna slap him.
Literally, that was what happened.
He didn't watch the movie. Timmy didn't watch the movie.
Rich,
I watched the movie.
Timmy walks into the brother's room, has a stupid chat with the brother, and as he's leaving, you see the kid's backpack hanging on the door.
It's not even as he's leaving. It's he leaves, and the camera pans onto the backpack with the name on it. It's not a big mystery. It's not something you blink out of your mess set. It's right there. You didn't watch the movie. The only way you wouldn't know where the backpack was is if you didn't watch the movie.
But there were signs all around town throughout the entire movie saying missing backpack.
Yeah, but if you watched but if you watched the movie, you knew where the backpack was.
You find out 2 minutes into it.
But throughout the entire movie, they say it's missing.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't find it because his brother has it.
Yes.
And he never finds it.
What's wrong with you?
I'm basically a character in this movie where I don't know where the backpack is either. No one else in the movie knows where it is.
Guess what? I can guarantee you that everyone in this fucking movie didn't watch it either, so good job, buddy.
Yeah, they didn't. They're in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what? Every other person in this movie doesn't give a fuck about the backpack.
Yeah.
Then let's stop talking about the backpack and let's start talking about school.
Nothing to talk about there. It's all garbage. As you'd expect.
No, we got Wallace Shaw as the teacher.
Yeah, Wallace Shaw is great, and God bless him for still being alive. Because when I saw him, I got real sad.
My parents said he's in Young Sheldon.
Oh no, Craig!
I don't know.
Why do you want to name names, man? Why do you have to out everyone, man? Be cool for once.
Yo, God. He would play a perfect old Sheldon.
All right, everyone, that's the show. I can't do this anymore.
What do you mean? We got a movie to talk about.
I can't do this anymore. Do we have to? You watch it. So it's irrelevant.
I can tell you everything else that happens in this movie aside from where the fucking backpack was.
You can't.
I know that Wallace Shaw gets shirtless in this movie.
Yeah, I'm sure you took plenty of notes on that. Probably all diagram. Timestamps.
No, I didn't.
Freeze frames. All of it. It's just there's a whole file.
No, I didn't get that into it. Like, because the thing is, he
didn't get that into it, but into it enough.
I don't actually remember that scene.
See? Craig didn't watch the movie either.
No, Craig had the decency to look away when a shirtless gentleman was in front of him who didn't want to be seen. Unlike you, pervert.
There were women in the scene too. Yeah.
He's talking about the naked bicycle race, by the way, Craig.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you miss that?
It sounded like he was taking off his shirt.
Oh, probably. Wait.
Like there was a scene where he's like in the classroom taking off his shirt. I'm like, when did this happen?
Oh, Timmy, I know you can get some extra credit. And then he just...
Gotta get to 6th grade somehow.
We will never make it through in a podcast. It is literally impossible. Even if they have nothing to do with it.
Yo, you brought it up.
I didn't.
Richard's talking about a naked bike race that Timmy's imagining because he's a little freaking pervert. And you're imagining Wallace Shaw stripping for this young boy.
That's why I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yes, man. I'm just saying, don't yell at us when you're the one who brought it up to begin with.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, bud. Just it's fine. We're all a little stressed right now. We had to watch Timmy Failure. Mistakes were made. I get it. It's just let's get through this. They're at school. Wallace Shaw is there. He's very old. And scene.
Yeah. The only thing that you really got to take away is that Timmy doesn't get good grades because he just draws on his Scantrons. Timmy, he's having a hard time with school. His mother realizes this and is like, shit. If Timmy keeps being a troublemaker and gets suspended from school, I'm going to lose my job because I got to look after this little... What do you call him?
So-and-so.
I was looking for something more colorful.
Jerk.
Irascible idiot.
Tim.
The hell?
Tim. The hell this little, I'm gonna have to quit my job for this little Tim.
Yeah, we should also introduce the other kids.
Yeah, probably Tuckus and Mandy and the no names one.
Yeah, they exist at school too.
He's got his two friends.
He has a white girlfriend. He has a token black friend, and he has a
white girl
an Asian
that
nemesis.
To be a friend. His
I don't
old
think she was
business
white.
associate she was Russian Asian.
No, that one was.
Oh, the mixed girl. Yeah, she wasn't white. She was light skinned. She was light skinned.
She was definitely some kind of mix. And Timmy is white, just to make that clear.
Yeah, Timmy's the only white one in this film, and Wallace Shaw. That's not true.
His mother's white.
Mom.
I know. That's why I said that's not true. Also, Crispin is white, and the back of his father's head seemed white.
Wait, his father was definitely white.
Well, he's white, so...
Well,
yeah.
I'm just saying, you only see the back of his head. That's why I said the back of his father's... You do.
He's like the main character in the movie.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you.
What do you mean?
Because you're talking about Crispin, who's not his dad.
Crispin?
Yes!
The meter maid is a boyfriend.
I'm gonna strangle you because you've not seen this film. Stop trying to correct me on something you haven't seen.
I've seen the movie.
You've not. At this point, my word is law and yours is nothing. Please.
You're being stupid.
You're being beyond stupid. They're stupid. Every episode, you're being stupid.
Why do you think the kid doesn't like him the whole time?
Stupid. I don't know.
He doesn't even like his mother.
Hold on.
He does like his mother.
But guys, he fucking loves his mother. He doesn't like Crispin because he's law enforcement, not because he's banging his mom. That has nothing to do with it. This is strictly business relations. You gotta understand that. This kid doesn't do personal. It's all business. It's like neither of you've seen the film. God.
You know what? I've seen the film, and let's take this rule into law. It's all business from here on out. So,
I mean, that's not necessarily true. There's some personal moments in here.
No, all business from here on out.
It's not, It's not true. It's incorrect.
Turns out at school, all the kids have to look after this hamster thing like every so often. And this time, it's Timmy's turn to look after the hamster. So he has to go collect it from some girl. And turns out, girl...
It's not a hamster thing.
Fine. Class pet, which is a hamster.
Yeah, hammy ham.
Hammy ham. Okay. So he goes to pick up the hamster from the garage or whatever. And turns out the hamster is dead. Someone killed it. So what better way to solve a murder mystery than by calling the lead detective in Portland?
See, at this point, he didn't call.
He's
what,
not
she
the
didn't
lead.
Call anybody.
What? What are you talking about?
The thing just died.
Also, Jimmy wouldn't be the lead detective anywhere. He's a private eye. He's not associated with the cops.
His name's Timmy, and you're telling me I didn't watch the movie?
Buddy, come on.
You called him Jimmy.
I don't give a shit what his fucking name is. He's garbage.
And she didn't call anybody. It was his turn, so he went to go pick the thing up.
Yeah.
He at least gave her his card.
He gives it to everyone. It's ripped up crafting paper or whatever. Construction paper, that's what they call it. It's real bad.
He said, give me a call, Jimmy. Toots, if you ever got any info on
He's not calling anyone Toots. He's not that kind of detective. Stop it. Stop painting this kid like he's some kind of lovable character. He's not.
He's an asshole, but he's not like a deviant.
I'm gonna say this. He probably has Asperger's, and that's fine. But that's what it just what it comes off as. Hey, you know that character. It's very bland, very deadpan, very like, you know.
Did you ever see that one show where Ray Romano learned he had Asperger's?
Yes.
What?
What?
But everyone loves Ray, so he can get away with it. Jimmy, on the other hand, I'm done with him.
Timmy.
Whatever.
Where were we?
He's picking up the hamster.
He's picking up the hamster because Wally Shaw made him.
Okay, so yeah, the hamster's dead. Timmy has to go take the corpse to get, what do they call it?
Autopsy.
That's it, okay. And then he goes to the library.
Nope. Problem is...
What? Oh shit, he can't go to the library because the Terrible Mobile or whatever. The Failure Mobile? What was it called?
Mobile. It is his last name, so.
It was stolen.
Yeah, the Failure Mobile got stolen.
Got jacked. And all cases are on hold until this one's solved.
Yeah, because the polar bear did a really bad job of trying to protect the Failure Mobile.
No, it's hard to do a job when you're imaginary. I'm going to defend the polar bear here.
Well, you didn't know he was imaginary at this point.
No, you didn't. Film doesn't really hide it.
They do hide it.
I know every chance they get. They let you know this polar bear doesn't exist.
They shouldn't have put him as CGI if he didn't exist.
I'm just not going to respond to that because, again...
The point was that that's what he sees. That's why.
Yeah, all of this is what he sees. It's not an interesting movie.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's got tips and turns.
It
dips
doesn't.
and turns.
It doesn't, is the thing, though. It absolutely doesn't.
It's got
all
just dips and it stays down there.
Yeah, it's just, whatever. Again, I explained before, this is not a new film. You know what this is. You watch 10 minutes of this, you know exactly what this is. You know where it's going. You know what happens.
They at least had some cute goofs. Like when they would go into like the little side gags in which something is taken completely out of proportion.
Like
the naked bike race, like when they do the survival thing and then they show a ninja man.
Oh, you mean him taking things literally, yeah, because he has Asperger's.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, I'm good. I get it.
What?
Good.
You didn't like any of those?
No, like I thought fencing class was probably the only good one.
Craig?
I didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
So, no. Kim Possible was better.
Like, you can not like the movie, but you can like some parts of the movie.
Yeah, you can respect a gag. But again, the only good one was fencing class.
I didn't even pick up on that one.
No, I didn't even pick up on that one. He said fencing class, so it was just they had a bunch of fences, different types of fences.
Yeah, the guy, the
Lattice.
professor describing the different type of fencing patterns. It's great.
Like, I missed that completely. I didn't even see that somehow.
Because you
weren't watching the movie. Yeah, thank you, Craig.
I watched the movie.
There's all these instances of you clearly not watching it, though.
I believe the movie was on and you were probably in the same room as it. I'll concede that.
Okay. So, let me prove to you that I watched the movie.
You can't! You've already proven
Rich,
that you haven't.
Yeah, you having it on while you play World of Warcraft
again.
is not watching the movie.
It's not watching the movie. All right,
I'm
it's
not
background
playing World
noise.
of Warcraft.
Okay, then
I'm
what were
watching
you
the
doing?
movie.
You weren't.
I'm taking notes.
You weren't watching the movie, though. So I don't know what to tell you.
I'm going to prove it right here because,
You can't.
so
You've
the
already
segue
failed
goes away.
so many times.
And the segue goes away, and he's all like, oh shit, it was the Russians. And he decides, like, you know what? I'm going to need some help with this. I need more backup than just my polar bear. So I'm going to hire my black friend. And
Tookus, man. His name is Tookus. Rollo Tookus. The name is
Rollo.
there. The joke is there. You don't have to keep calling him the black friend. His name is so good. This is probably, again, one of the small redeemable parts of this movie is this African-American child's name is Tookus.
what's so special about that?
It means butt. It's great.
Okay, so Tookus gets hired, but the thing is, Tookus is like, shit. Like, I don't want to actually hang out with this guy because he's a bunch of trouble. This was also a good thing that happened because he was like, oh shit, I got in trouble last time. And then it cuts to a scene where apparently they were going undercover.
Family Guy joke. Great.
Yeah.
Hey, Timmy, remember the last time you got me in trouble? Cut to scene in sumo costume in a china shop for some reason, and then he runs out of it. Laughs ensue. Great.
Yeah, he broke everything.
Yeah,
laughs
great.
ensue.
Yeah, great. Great.
How did he get in? That's what I wanted to know. Like, if
He was more careful.
Probably
because
through
the thing
through
is,
the front
like,
door.
he inflated it inside.
No, he didn't inflate it inside, but he was just more careful going through the aisle.
I don't think it matters.
You think he inflated the thing once he got up to the register? Actually, wait, did the black kid have a white sumo suit on?
Well, yeah.
I think they only.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you they only make white sumo suits. I'm not that ignorant.
Craig was about to.
Well,
I know.
They're supposed to be Japanese.
Well, I think
right?
sumo wrestling has expanded well beyond Japan. I remember the Yokozuna for a while was I think a Korean or Filipino gentleman, and he was actually much smaller than regular. Yeah, I'm just saying it's not necessarily. Look. We can sit here and talk about sumo culture for the next 30 minutes, and I'd be a lot happier than trying to talk about this film with two people who may not have actually seen the damn thing. But we should probably get going. Please.
I saw the backpack.
Okay, I don't blame you for fading interest probably after that part of the movie.
It was late. I came from the Sonic movie. I just watched that.
Hey, buddy. I get it. All right? You don't have to make excuses.
The only reason I was even awake was because of all my excitement from the Sonic movie.
Yeah, I heard great things about it, but we're not going to talk about that movie.
I know.
Yeah, because we got to talk about Timmy Failure and how he has to find the Russians who probably killed this hamster. So he goes to the library, tells the librarian about the Russians, and then this is where the whole movie comes together. Because apparently,
at no point does the whole movie come together. I got to make that very clear.
No, because there's a girl in his class called the Nameless One, and turns out she's part Russian. Her dad is.
It's not really. No, her dad's Asian.
You can be Asian and Russian at the same time.
Her grandma was Russian. Yes, she is
probably
Asian
on her
and Russian,
mom's side.
But it's probably on her mother's side.
You don't know that.
She is.
Well, her dad is definitely Asian.
1/4 Russian.
I know plenty of Asian people who can speak Russian.
That doesn't make them Russian. You know this. Stop talking. And also, I don't think you know plenty of Asian people. I feel like you've probably heard of Asian people. That's as far as it goes.
I have met them.
You don't know people. That's fine.
Steve is Asian.
You really? And how much Russian does he speak? Yeah.
They exist in my life.
Great. Okay, buddy.
In my world.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. So anyway, we got this Russian girl in his class called the Nameless One. She's called like Connie Chang or something.
Nope. Nope.
What's her name then?
It's like Kana or something. It's like the same name twice. That's the joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I heard. Anyway. So he decides that
you probably saw pictures of her and said she was Asian because you've not watched this movie that also pans out. I don't get it.
I watched the movie, dude.
Why didn't you just admit that you did it? It's fine. Craig has no problem saying he might have spaced out, and I get that. It's okay. It's not a good movie.
Don't worry. As the movie gets on, I get more attentive.
I doubt that.
That's impossible.
No, it's true. Like,
No,
my
it's
interest
not.
in this movie kept rising throughout.
I think I fell asleep. We'll find out when we get to points. But
Okay. So eventually, what's his face? Timmy Failure. He goes back home, and that's when So the meter maid. It's not his dad.
No.
Okay. Well, we meet him, and he brings a 6-pack, and I don't know why he
chocolates in a lucky rabbit's foot because he's looking to have a good time with his mother.
Okay, gotcha. And yeah, we just kind of get interested. Not interested.
We get interested in Crispin, baby, because my God, lucky rabbit's foot and a 6-pack. My.
he's Crispy Crispin.
He's Crispy Crispin, baby, and he knows how to please.
I don't like the way you guys are talking about this kid's soon-to-be dad.
You said we got to get into Crispin, and I'm looking to Crispin to get into me.
Great.
I love a man with a soul patch.
It's so bad. I hate everything about him. His stupid soul patch, his stupid stud earrings.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. All the specific details that had all these characters had, they had to be just parts of the book. Because I did see a picture and he has the scarf. So I'm sure.
Yeah, that obviously that was.
I'm sure like Crispin he's drawn with a soul patch because they were very, very they're not detailed looking characters at all from what I saw in the book.
The books look better than this freaking monstrosity.
So that was probably his defining feature, was probably a soul patch
and a studded earring.
Wait,
and an earring, yeah. And his mom probably had the bluish hair.
Yeah.
So the mom and the dad.
The dad or Crispin?
Crispin, sorry.
Okay.
They remind me a lot of the Stranger Things people.
She was Winona Ryder-esque, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell Crispin's reminding you of, but Godspeed,
the
buddy.
sheriff, man.
Not even kinda.
They look similar.
They don't.
It's like if you took the Stranger Things man,
if
you took Chris Pratt and smushed them together, you'd have this guy.
If you found Chris Pratt and you asked him, we can't afford you, but you have like a significantly less handsome brother we could probably use, sure.
So you see the similarities.
For the Chris Pratt, sure. For the man from Stranger, no, not even kind of. You're a fool.
I guess maybe because they had similar job titles.
Yes, meter maid and sheriff.
They're law.
No. I mean,
and they're both hitting on single women. I guess she's single.
I mean, I'm hoping they're all hitting on single women, because if you're going to hit on someone, hopefully they're not taken.
Hopefully.
Unless you're into the whole cuckold thing, which, hey, more power to you.
Yeah. Some people are into that. Right, Craig?
Yeah.
Are you saying I'm into it?
I'm not saying you're into it.
The thing is, Craig just hasn't said anything in a while.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the characters, the pictures of them. But
why?
Craig, get off the computer.
If they were,
you have to talk about this movie.
Get off the computer. Matched. Just shut it off. Just shut the computer off. We have to get through this.
Shut off the monitor at least. Because Craig, you got to learn more about this movie because apparently you fell asleep or something.
I don't know. I might have.
I don't know what the hell you were doing.
I'm going to take you on this journey, Craig.
I know. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Grab my hand.
I'm holding it tight.
Craig, you don't have to touch him.
Casca, grab my hand.
I'm not touching. I'm not doing anything.
Grab Craig's hand.
No.
The station.
I have to keep myself aware of my surroundings at all times because you're trying to drive this freaking trolley off a cliff to nothing, and I'm trying to keep us on course. Because that's apparently my job today. I know it's always kind of my job, but the movie with the most unreliable narrator has now the man with the most unreliable submarine. It's kind of driving me nuts.
I'm doing my best, dude.
I know you're doing your best, but you gotta just understand that what I'm saying is the right thing, and what you're saying is usually wrong, and you just gotta go, okay, I'm sorry for getting it wrong, and just move on. It can't be a fight every time, because you clearly didn't really watch this movie, and that's okay. I get it. It's not a good movie. I hate the fact that I've seen it.
I liked the movie. I watched the movie.
Well, you liked it because you didn't really watch it.
Okay,
this has been established.
Okay, let me tell you what happens. Because now
I will correct
the kid... Yeah, okay. So basically now, like we can tell this kid's struggling at school, so he goes to the principal's office, who happens to be played by...
Craig Robinson.
Is he the principal or the counselor?
Craig.
It said principal on his desk, dude. Did you not pick up on that key fact?
I think it was definitely... I'm pretty sure he's the principal.
Maybe. Man, this is like a super on-hands principal. Good for him.
I know. That's why he was a good
character. This is a guy that cares. Oh, yeah, he's the best character in this freaking movie. That's why I figured he was the counselor.
No,
he's,
stop talking about him.
Why? He's the only good person in this movie.
No, you gotta acknowledge the fact that I knew something that you didn't. I picked up on this. I paid attention. You saw the fucking backpack, but I saw the thing that was clear on his desk.
Look, his job title is not as important as the backpack that was... the focus of that scene.
They kind of shove in your face. And I was going by the man's actions rather than what a plaque on his desk said.
Dude, the fucking backpack was like a 2-second gag.
It wasn't a 2-second gag. It was an ongoing joke for the entire fucking movie. You pointed it out yourself, you moron.
Whatever, fine. We're talking about the principal who's like, hey kid, you're having some trouble. We got to make sure you're going to middle school. But the thing is, like, I think you have a detective agency, right? And we got this bad apple among the staff, and I need you to kind of do all of his homework and report back to me just to make sure things are on the up and up. Like, he plays into the gag. Like not gag, but into his delusions of running a private eye detective agency thing. So, yeah.
He's clearly a man who cares about the kids. He cares about these children a lot. He's a good guy.
I do too.
No, you don't.
He wants them to do well in school, and he wants his mom to keep her job.
He wants them to succeed. He just wants them to have a good life. And even when, the road gets bumpy and twisted and you don't know where you're going, you just gotta, hang in there. Make your own path,
Yeah.
Make the way to a better you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about self-improvement. You always have to grow. You can't just sit there.
Yeah. But after school, Jimmy, he decides to get the bright idea to start peeping on that Russian girl. And he's all like, shit, she probably knows where the Segway is. And then turns out, like, just as he starts peeping, the dad comes home, pulls up in his nice fancy car. And they're like, shit, how does he afford that? And it's all like, oh my God, he's a banker. So, if he has a bank, then he's got to have a vault. And what would be in the vault? The Segway that he stole. So they got to go undercover and into the bank. But instead of going straight to the bank, we have a bunch of nonsense scenes.
It's not really undercover.
Well, they eventually go undercover.
We just have to go to that's not really undercover.
It's very not undercover.
It's not undercover. It's
they got to pretend to be bank patrons.
Walking into the bank with a fencing mask on is not necessarily undercover. It's just, we don't want to be seen that we have to go into this bank and break into a vault. It's very the opposite of undercover. You can make the argument they're going undercover as bank robbers, but they are technically looking to rob from a bank.
They had masks.
Yeah, I know. Like a bank robber would.
Undercover implies hiding your identity. Or hiding yourself.
Well, let's not...
Keeping yourself...
more like hiding in plain sight.
Hiding in plain sight. Exactly.
Yeah, this is...
They're very much drawing attention to themselves.
It's very conspicuous.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah. I guess that's why they had a bank person that was like, hey, I need you to take off the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they end up leaving the bank. Tutelage? What's his name?
Tookus, man. Come on.
Tookus. Okay. Yeah, Tookus ends up getting one straight to the face somehow. He's out like a light.
He walked into a door.
Walked into the door, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the same page now. But, I don't know what happens after that.
While this is going on, there's also this setup for this Animal Awareness Month and this Animal Awareness Rally that Timmy has now been suckered into because he needed information on this Russian gal. So he made some undercover deals, backdoor dealings with the Molly girl, who Richard pointed out was the white girl who's not actually white but is mixed race. And she has taken quite an interest in our old pal Timmy Power Hour here. So she's willing to fully comply, going as far as to say, your mom found out about the Segway, but you just tell her I'm using it for my animal rally. We're all good, Timmy? And not only that, you want information on this Russian girl, you gotta join my animal thing, you gotta paint my nails, I gotta paint yours. You gotta be twinsies.
Mm-hmm.
Really paints this Molly girl as our femme fatale here,
Yes. Every spy movie needs one.
Detective movie.
Secret agent movie.
Not a secret agent. He makes that abundantly clear.
Oh, okay. Guess I missed that too.
You did. It wasn't that scene you described with the principal where he goes, "You're a detective." He goes, "Jimmy, Timmy, whatever the hell your name is. Are you a secret agent spy?" And Jimmy goes, "Negative. I'm a detective, sir."
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Just fill in the blanks for you.
Okay, thank you. Can we go on the field trip now?
Is that the next thing that happens?
I think it might be
because this movie is just a collection of things.
Yeah, it's not really the movie. Kind of sews together a plot. Yeah, it's slice of life for sure. Except it's not a life worth living.
Yeah. So the whole class decides to go on a field trip, and they go to a dam. And at some point, I guess Timmy gets the idea in his head that there are Russians at the dam.
Mainly because the girl is also on the field trip, and he doesn't see her for like half a second, so he assumes, she snuck away to turn off all the power in Portland. I better go chase her.
Oh, but yeah, because she also asked a bunch of questions about the security there, right?
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, she was all like, hey, like, what kind of security systems do you got? And other nonsense. But yeah, so Kid, he decides that he's going to make a run for it and just go off exploring on his own for some reason.
Well,
but
no,
luckily,
he's trying to find her. Because he says he thinks she snuck away. That's what I said before.
Okay. But yeah, luckily Wallace Shaw sees that the kid goes away, so Wallace Shaw chases after him. And then we have the climax of the movie, in which somehow Timmy ends up on the outside of the dam, way up high. And Wallace Shaw, he's out there with him. And Timmy gets his scarf, like, caught on a thing, on the railing. And Wallace Shaw's like, get back in here. And Timmy's like, oh my God, I can't, I'm stuck. And Wallace Shaw says, get unstuck. And Timmy's like, I can't. So Wallace Shaw comes in, being the hero. He, like, rips the scarf off. And then they got to get back inside. But they can't get back inside. And that's when the people at the dam are going to release the spillway.
Well,
and
the
alarms are going off.
The spillway was actually opening while Jimmy was stuck. That's the part that makes it super scary and climactic.
But still, climax of the movie. So Wallace Shaw decides he's going to hit the ground.
I don't even know if there is a climax of this movie.
Yeah, it's like I can see why you'd think this would be the climax of the movie, but
I guess because it's the most tense.
I think, yeah, I mean, the climax is probably the part that actually comes after this.
No, this is the climax pretty much
this doesn't really do anything.
Do you not know how movies work?
Buddy, I know
you got
exactly
the rising
how movies
action,
work.
you got the climax, and then the falling action.
Buddy, listen to me.
Yes.
It's the scene directly after this is more so the climax. It does affect the character more so than this scene does. This scene leads to the events that are about to transpire. But at the end of the day, this is literally nothing.
Yeah, the climax is probably, we'll get to it.
It's about to come up, yeah.
I still think this is the climax.
You can think it all you want.
Because Wallace Shaw, he's like hanging on for dear life here.
He's not. He's just laying on some floor.
Yeah, because then the water doesn't spill on them. It goes way underneath.
It's way underneath them. They're idiots.
So nothing happens.
Yeah. But I do like this scene because Timmy jumps on top of Wallace Shaw to say, I'm going to save you because I like you a lot. You're my intellectual and I respect everything you do. And it's like a really sweet moment.
He didn't say that.
He does say that.
Craig?
I don't remember specifically what he says, but he does do that.
I mean, yeah, I knew he'd do. He just wanted to be the hero. That's why he did it.
No, he didn't. It's because he respects him, and that he makes this abundantly clear how much he respects his teacher, man. For the next few times he brings him up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
sweet.
that's fine. But yeah, what's his face? Timmy. He gets in trouble for leaving the field trip, and he's gonna get suspended from school. And guys,
well, not only that, doesn't Wallace Shaw get like hurt or whatever.
I think he has a little bit of a mental breakdown and quits.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. But as Timmy gets suspended, his mom has to take after him, and oh my God, she loses her job.
Yes. And the
He
climax
was a little
ensues.
fucking troublemaker. No, this isn't the climax. We saw the climax before.
No, this is the climax. This is the part that actually affects things.
Because she takes away his detective.
She destroys his detective agency.
She's like, you gotta grow up.
You gotta grow up, Timmy. Be normal.
And this is the climax of the movie, because this is where things change.
Yeah.
And she starts to somewhat understand.
Well, maybe I misspoke. This isn't the climax?
No, this is the climax.
Okay, fine. This is the climax, but what I was describing was the catalyst.
You're describing the rising action.
No, the catalyst. The dams thing was the catalyst for the whole entire movie.
Well, not the whole entire fucking movie. I'm gonna strangle you for this one scene. It's for this one scene. It leads to his suspension, which leads to the climax of the film.
Yeah, the catalyst.
I'm gonna slap him. I'm gonna fucking strangle him.
Yeah. So now the mom just destroys a spy agency, and what's his face? Jimmy has to get rid of his polar bear, and he's just a sad normal boy from now on.
Yeah, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Timmy, he's just living his best life now, and we're getting ready for the animal rally. And a few days before, though, he gets a nice cookie from the Russian girl. And he's just sitting in the playground, got his cookie in front of him from the lady. And the principal sees that Timmy, he's down in the dumps. So the principal decides he's going to give him a little pep talk. And I guess the pep talk worked because he realizes that that cookie wasn't a cookie at all. It was a listening device.
Well, no, it was still a cookie. It just had a listening device in it.
Planted by the Russians.
So yeah, Timmy's back on his shit.
Because of the best character in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
It really takes
Timmy?
No, the principal.
Craig Robinson.
Yeah, he's fine.
No, he's the best character in the movie. He's the only redeemable one.
It's Daryl.
Yeah, I like him.
But yeah, Timmy, he realizes, like, he can't do this spy shit by himself, so he needs to enlist help from local law enforcement, aka the meter maid. So he says to the meter maid, he basically has like a heartfelt conversation saying like, hey, sorry I treated you like shit, but let's go have some fun. We need to go to the zoo. I need an adult to get me into the zoo so I can get my polar bear back. They go to the zoo. Turns out polar bear exhibit is closed, but Timmy will not take no for an answer, and he sneaks into the zoo alone, into the polar bear exhibit where no one else is, and he finds his polar bear buddy.
I don't think he sneaks into the zoo.
He just walks in.
Well, he had to be sneaky about it because the polar bear exhibit was closed.
He just did it because he's, imagining the situation.
Well, no, the polar bear exhibit is closed. They did move the polar bears to Utah. That's how he was able to get into the exhibit. He just kind of walks into the zoo when Crispin's arguing with the teller, who was rude for no reason.
He wasn't rude.
He was incredibly rude.
What was he saying?
I can't remember specifically, but he did something really rude to the little Timmy boy. It was really funny because Timmy's a little shithead.
No,
I laugh. He is.
He's the main character.
Yeah, so what? Main characters can be shitheads. It's fine.
You're supposed to feel sympathy for him.
I don't feel sympathy for him because he's a little shitter. He's an asshole.
Have you ever thought that the problem with the movie isn't actually the problem with the movie and that you're the problem?
No, it's definitely the movie. It's not good.
Then why don't I have a problem with the movie? Like, I didn't enjoy my time with it, but...
God.
You just said you didn't enjoy your time with it, so what?
What are you arguing then?
That I can have sympathy for the kid, and that he can be argued to be a good character.
He's not. He's a little shithead.
He's a dick.
He's
just an asshole, man.
He's an
the
asshole.
Whole time.
His mother gets through to him, and I'm not gonna say it was the best. He shouldn't completely throw himself away, but he goes right back to being on his shit immediately.
And learns nothing from the freaking movie.
I wouldn't say learns nothing. He learns to be a little bit more constrained, but I think he should be even more constrained than he's... You listen to the rest of the movie!
Yeah. So basically, what's his face? Timmy and the meter maid man, they're just having a good time now that they have the polar bear back. But turns out, on the drive home, there's a purse snatcher. And they're like, well, I guess that happened.
Which has been talked about throughout the entire film.
Yeah. But they were just kind of like sitting there for a while after they saw the purse snatcher. And then they're like, well, I guess we should kind of maybe help.
Well, he was on foot. They were in a car, so they could have caught up to him, which is what happened.
It was like, I guess I'm technically a cop. I should technically probably do something. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So he gets in his truck. Well, he was already in the truck, but, he starts going after the guy. And he eventually leaves the truck, says, Timmy, don't do anything stupid. And turns out, what's his face gets into a fight with the purse snatcher. The meter maid does.
Yeah.
Crispin fights the purse snatcher. He gets his ass kicked a little bit. And Timmy's all like, shit, I know what to do. So he does what any good boy does. And he just takes the car straight into Wallace Shaw's house.
Yeah, he floors it and crashes. Almost running over Crispin and the purse snatcher in the process. But they get in the way in time.
Yeah.
And the now mentally unstable Wallace Shaw has to deal with the fact that this young man, a truck, and a polar bear just creamed through his living room and fucked up his nice tea party that he was holding for himself.
Yeah.
Fully clothed.
But turns out this was just an instance of the unreliable narrator. And it didn't actually happen.
Yeah, didn't happen.
Yeah, instead Timmy was a good boy and he didn't do anything with the truck. He didn't decide to be a hero.
He called the cops.
He did?
Yeah, he called him back up.
No, he didn't.
Buddy,
how?
What do you mean how? With a cell phone. 2020.
He had walkie-talkies throughout the movie.
It's Crispin's cell phone, man. Come on.
Oh, okay. Whatever. I'm not going to question it.
Don't question it. But there was a lady trying to move on the sidewalk, and he had to move the truck out of the way. So he definitely did do that.
Yeah. So he just puts the truck in reverse, and he hits like a telephone pole.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem that bad, but apparently he had to go to the hospital.
A kid crashes a car. It doesn't matter what, you take him to the hospital. You don't take the kid's word for it. So you get sued.
But yeah, kid goes to the hospital and his mom's like, "Oh my God, you are so lucky." And I'm still like, he didn't really do anything. He just like backed into the pole just a tiny bit.
He did crash a car, but they didn't tell him
like
that.
He floored it.
She said specifically, they didn't tell me anything that happened, just that you're in the hospital.
She did say that.
Yeah.
But he gets out of the hospital. Turns out the meter maid ends up finding the Segway because it was illegally parked. So all is going to be well in the world. I don't know. That's pretty much it, right? They go to the rally after that.
There's the animal thing, yeah. And Jimmy Timmy does his speech on the Segway.
Yeah, and he says, like, guys, we can achieve, we're all capable of greatness. All of these animals are. It's a good time to adapt, good time to go to middle school. And guys, don't stop being you.
So please let the polar bears into the school. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, this was nonsense. But then, dude, the plot finally comes together because
there's
we
no
find out what
plot.
actually happened
Nothing
to Wallace Shaw.
comes together. Nothing actually happened to Wallace Shaw.
The Russians!
Buddy, stop!
Dude, you see Wallace Shaw locked up in the evil corp.
Shut up.
It's in his
mind.
It's
a stupid imagination, obviously. Nothing happens. This movie sucks.
No, there's going to be a sequel.
I'm sure there is.
Not.
Because there's fucking like 7 more books. I don't give a shit.
I don't think this is going to get a sequel.
It better not.
Well, okay, if you want to play the game that everything's in his head,
okay,
then
it's
maybe
not a game.
Wallace Shaw is locked up in a mental institution. Sorry, okay. I had a little bit of a fuck up there.
I don't know what you're doing.
I think you should go to one.
I don't need to. Wallace Shaw is in a mental institution, and it's going to be up to our boy to break him out.
Okay.
Because the mental institution's probably run by the Russians.
Okay, there you go. See, this is the fucking problem, isn't it?
It comes together.
There's no Russians.
Yes, there are, dude. Are you telling me that girl wasn't
hipsters.
Russian?
They're hipsters, man. She's fucking at most a 1/4 Russian because her grandmother was. What is wrong with you?
Dude, you see the Russians in the audience. You see the Russians in the food truck. You see the Russian girl there dancing with a bear or something.
They're fucking hipsters. That's the fucking joke.
The girl wasn't a hipster.
Oh my god, she's a quarter fucking Russian because her grandmother was Russian. What's wrong with
she's
you?
Still in cahoots.
She's in cahoots for fucking nothing. Stop talking. Stop talking.
That's the movie. That's the plot of the movie.
That's the point. You didn't fucking watch the movie. You didn't fucking watch the movie.
I watched the movie.
Dude, you didn't. You saw parts of the movie. You didn't watch the movie.
He just turned his head once in a while.
No, he fucking turned his head once in a while. He stared at the wall for 3 hours in between. Stared at the wall once in a while. Fuck him. He fucking sat on the remote and hit fast forward every fucking 5 minutes or something. I don't know what you did. You didn't watch this movie.
I watched the movie and just gave you a perfect summary. Why are you complaining?
You didn't give shit. You gave nothing.
Greg, did you actually watch all of this movie?
If you guys think Rich gave a perfect summary of this movie, please let us know in the comments.
Comments on what?
Look. For them to fucking even talk about that, they have to watch this film. They shouldn't. No one should watch this movie.
No, don't watch this movie. Just listen to the Disney Dunces.
Don't even do that. That's not nothing. That's nothing. We've proven that today. There's nothing that should be done. Go read the books. They might be good. I don't know.
I'll read the books and I'll tell you all about the Russians next time.
No. I want a fucking film with not a single Russian in it. I'm sick of them. And I don't mean this fucking film again, so don't even try it!
What do you mean?
Rich, it was just a joke in the movie. There were no Russians.
Again, you can make the argument that maybe the guy that runs the borscht truck is Russian because his beard was less kept than everyone else who was obviously a hipster. Like, you can make an argument for that.
He was probably Russian American. Like he was probably here.
I don't think he had ties to anything.
Couldn't have. Maybe had some Russian descent. I have Russian descent, but I'm not Russian.
That. Well, son of a bitch. I've been siding with you this whole time. You son of a bitch.
See, come over here.
No, I'm gonna just fucking jump off the dam. Later, bitches.
Is he gone?
No, I'm still here.
No, Casca's fell off the dam.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Well, shit. I guess we gotta bring him back somehow. And that's probably with a better movie for next week. Craig, what do you think he would appreciate?
I think he'd appreciate a movie with more structure.
Where can we get structure?
I like structure.
He's back.
No, hold on. It's not gonna leave.
Is he hanging off the edge?
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Structure.
Yeah.
What's more structured than a military academy?
Ooh, wait. Which military?
The United States military.
Okay, patriotism. I like this. Go on.
With
Yeah.
teen girls
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
and boys.
Going off the edge. Oh, okay. Wait.
Got my attention now.
I think I'm going back off the dam. See you guys.
All right.
No, come back because next week we're gonna watch.
We're gonna do Cadet Kelly next week.
I love Cadet Kelly.
Holy shit!
I'm back in. Christy Carlson Romano. Lizzie McGuire.
Iceman.
Iceman. Oh my God. The Iceman cometh next week, boys. Woo!
Just as the Iceman cometh, I shall goeth. That's number 1 signing off.
And I'm Craig Stew, and I'm leaving too.
I'm the third one. Seriously, don't watch this film.
I've heard a great deal about you, Mulan. You took your father's armor. Ran away from home. Impersonated a soldier. Endangered the lives of thousands of men. And destroyed my palace. But soon the world will know the great things you have done.